Imagine a loving, brilliant teenager, your only child, murdered, and that you were sleeping in the next room when it happened.
Good evening. It's a murder that will give every parent nightmares. A young teenager found dead in a bed with head and stab injuries right next to the room where her parents were sleeping.
Imagine that your live-in cook is missing, and the police say, "Open and shut case, he has done it." Now imagine that you are accused of murder and an entire country believes you're guilty. This is what happened to Nupur and Rajesh Talwar. Nupur is my cousin.
On the 16th morning when Aarushi's body was discovered, the country was shocked. A little 13-and-a-half-year-old girl, throat slit. She was a bright student with a fabulous future, living in the suburbs of Delhi, parents, professionals. A lot of middle-class India could identify with this. This could have happened in any of our homes. I am still looking for that one piece of definite evidence which nails it on the Talwars. It's not there. What we found through excessive reading of the case file was actually evidence which nailed somebody else and established his involvement in the case.
Here it is, yet another case of violence against women. A minor in this case. And what did the police do? Cast aspersions on her parents' character. Exploited a cultural stereotype. Punjabi honor killing. In the time it takes me to complete this sentence, a murderer could have walked from one end of the terrace to the other in the dark of the night, unseen. Why is this important? Because a man once suspected of the murders lived at the other end of the building.
Even today, the press is so prejudiced that whatever goes in their favor, you'll see it on page 8. But if there's something which goes against them, you'll see it on page 1.
And I honestly chose mass communication as my profession only because of this case. Because it affected me very deeply, and I realized that the way, at least the Indian journalism, they treated Aarushi's case, they did not do justice to it.
It cannot get worse than this. When you're seeing your child in the morning like that, I see that picture every single day of my life. Every single day. I'm seeing that picture.
My interest in this case, of course, is the fact that I genuinely believe in the innocence of two people whom I'm defending. I have gone the extra mile in this because I genuinely believe that if you allow investigating agencies this kind of power, then none of us are safe in this country. None of us. And for me, the fight in this case is beyond Rajesh and Nupur Talwar. It's a fight to uphold civil liberties. It's a fight to uphold individual rights. It's a fight to say, hey, you can't do this. And I think that's the most disturbing aspect. How judgmental we are as a race. We Indians like to believe the worst in our fellow Indians.
There is no judicial system, there is nothing. They don't hear the other person out. Right now also, the CBI team is saying whatever they have to, even if it's baseless, even if they have no proof, there's nobody listening to the other side of the story. Even if you scream, you share posts, you do everything, there's no one to listen. So you don't feel safe in such kind of a country. So that's one thing I definitely want to do, get out of this country. That's like the first thing after college. So yeah. Anywhere but India.
She was a lovely child. I mean, by the time this had happened, she was more like my friend. She'd grown up, and in fact, people used to tell Rajesh, you look like as if you have two daughters, because we were more like friends than mother and daughter. I love doing things with her. I mean, in fact, I used to feel there's so many things I never did in my childhood, which she's doing. She did so well in school, taking part in all activities of school, so bright, and we can't let it go. She deserves that, and I think we deserve that as well. Unfortunately, first we have to vindicate ourselves, and then the criminals still roam free. So when do they come into the picture? How can we let that happen? It's not a matter of us getting vindicated and then we sitting back and saying, no, this is the end for it. No. Then the real thing starts. So I think our life is dedicated towards that now, and we'll take that up very, very strongly now.
This is something which I will not accept till I die.
When she was there, I lived for her, we lived for her every moment. She's not there, but we will continue to live for her.
There is something rotten about the criminal justice system in this country. There's something rotten about the policing in this country. We need to change it quick and fast. Otherwise, there'll be many, many more Aarushis.
The grief is there, underlying the grief will always remain there. I mean, but it is a fight for justice now. The truth needs to prevail. And we can't let it go. She deserves that, and I think we deserve that as well.